All right, guys, welcome back into another NBA DFS video. My name is Polzin with 9 to 5 Sports. Going to be breaking down this Monday NBA DFS slate. All right, I'm pretty excited for it. We have it's an interesting slate. On FanDuel, it's definitely priced more aggressively, but we have like a few standout plays on FanDuel. And then with DraftKings, the way they priced it is I'm having a tough time finding like really picks that I'm gung-ho about, if that makes sense. Like, yes, they're strong plays, okay? But it's like priced softly to the point where you could make a lineup work with a lot of different players, where on FanDuel, the lineups that you're making work are just based off of this strong core that we'll be getting into. So I'll start off this video with FanDuel, then we get into the DraftKings side of it. So if you guys enjoy this coverage, make sure to give it a like and subscribe. That helps me be able to help you guys out. All right, let's get into the top core plays here for this Monday slate. So yes, core play number one is pretty easy, pretty obvious. It's going to be Giannis. Yes, you should just be affording Giannis into your builds, especially on FanDuel, where he's a little bit cheaper, but he'll be a core play on DraftKings as well. Spoiler alert. With Jrue Holiday off the court, his usage rate is 38%, and he's averaging over 60 fantasy points per game. Look at what he did last time against Atlanta. It was only 40 fantasy FanDuel points, okay? I think we're going to get more than that, and then you look at what he did the time before that, 61, okay? So I think we're going to get closer to that with him, and he has the potential to go for more than that. We know that, okay? He hasn't played in 2 games. He's going to be hungry. He's going to be ready to go. He should absolutely break this slate. And then from there, the biggest issue that I'm having with this slate is that there's a ton of value on the Bucks. Like, I don't love Bobby Portis tonight, but as price point on FanDuel, that's almost a price point that I just need to play him at. 34 DK points in the last game against the Spurs. Obviously, you like that. The issue with him is that the last 2 times against Atlanta, he's went for 27 and 25 FanDuel points. Not that great, but you look at what he does with Jrue Holiday off the court. That is the intriguing part. He does see a pretty strong usage bump, and they kind of just shift the minutes to him. They go with a bigger lineup. So Bobby Portis at 5.9 is an intriguing play. Okay, he had kind of sucked for a game and a half with Jrue and Giannis off the court. And then the second half of that Spurs game kind of was the classic Bobby Portis that you would expect. So I do think he's going to get right around 30 minutes. And that's the one thing about the Atlanta matchups is that he really didn't get those minutes, 23 and 24. So if he does get that 30 minutes like we're expecting from him against Atlanta, he should be a very strong price point play for you. Then even Javon Carter, actually both the Carters here, there are both players I'm going on my way to play. You look at their prices on DraftKings compared to FanDuel, a lot cheaper on FanDuel, okay? Wendell Carter could be a very strong price point play if Banchero sits, and I kind of expect him to. We can see he has had some big nights, 39 DK points in his last game. You know, that is something that we could see again. Okay, and as price point, I think that's going to be a play that I'm willing to make. The nice part about him is you can play him at center or power forward spot. And then also looking at the other Carter, Javon Carter. He is also someone that does benefit with Jrue Holiday off the court. And this is a pretty big sample size, over 100 minutes thus far this season. He sees about a 23% usage rate and about 35 fantasy points per game with Jrue Holiday off the court. Obviously, you're not expecting him to go off and do really what he did the last 2 games with Giannis off the court. But if we can get 28 or so DK points, that is, or FanDuel points, that is what you're looking for. And I do think we're going to get that from him. So this is a nice, solid starting point there for you guys on FanDuel. Now let's switch it up and get into the DraftKings side of it. So starting off, we're going to start with the 2 guys that are priced right next to each other. Yeah, Bojan Bogdanovic, someone that you could certainly look at on this slate. With Cade Cunningham off the court, he sees a 26% usage rate, and his per 36 DK point average is 39 DK points. And we can see he'll probably get right around 30 to 35 minutes in this one. And if he gets that at this price point, should easily be able to go for 30 DK points. He's shooting the ball kind of efficiently. That'd be my only worry, is that maybe, his 15 shot attempts, maybe he only makes 4 of those. Okay, and then maybe he's only putting up 25 or so DK points. The thing with it is, at this price point, he shouldn't hurt you too much if he just hits that lower floor. Not exactly someone I love, but given the price point, that is a small edge that I'm seeing on the slate. Echoing what I was saying earlier, is that there's a lot of players that I like, but given the pricing, there's a lot of routes in which you could go with these plays. Chris Boucher looking like a pretty good play. Okay, looking like someone that you need to go out of your way to play. With Siakam out and with Fred VanVleet ruled out, he is someone that I am looking at. 26% usage rate with those 2 off the court, averaging 37 minutes per 36. The thing with it is he's not going to get 37 minutes, he's not going to get 36 minutes to get that 37 DK point average, but he can get 30 minutes and get to 30 DK points. And at 5.6, that is something that I like. That is something I'm intrigued with. And then the matchup with Detroit is also something that should be encouraging for you as well. So I think it'll be a strong price point play for you, but I don't love that. I feel like we are forcing those two in there, even though they're good plays. I feel like we're kind of forcing those two in. The next few players are just really strong price point plays. They're the plays that I feel best about as it sits right now. So Killian Hayes at 4.4. The only worry with him is that Alec Burks is definitely, I shouldn't say definitely, Alex Burke is looking like he's going to play in this game, and Alec Burks came in and played 25 minutes. Okay, that didn't really affect Hayes, who has seen 34 and 35 minutes the last two games. But if we get news that Burks is not going to have a minutes restriction, that could lead to him getting 30 minutes and then eating into Hayes' playing time. I hope we don't get that news, because I think Hayes is going to be a great play at 4.4. We're getting a guy that shot the ball over 12 times the last 3 games. And even at this price point, the last 3 games, he would have hit his floor. The assists have been there the last 2 games. The minutes have been there the last 2 games. He should be a very strong price point play, especially looking at an offense or a defense that has Fred VanVleet and Pascal Siakam out, 2 pretty solid defenders. That should mean that Hayes is going to be in for a easier night. And then Trey Jones, just kind of a shoulder shrug play for me on the slate. In case you guys aren't familiar, these are players that, given their price points, you just kind of end up on them and you kind of shrug your shoulders. It's like, that will work. We'll be fine with that. So he is someone that, you look at his last 4 games, or his last 5 games, 4 of them have been really strong games. The only game that wasn't was a blowout, okay? Going against Golden State, this is a game that is expected to be a high-scoring game, so he's someone that should be able to go off and get 230 DK points once again. And then lastly, yes, we are playing Giannis on this slate as well. He's just been really good against Atlanta I know he only went for 40 in the last game, but that game was a blowout. Okay, only 27 minutes. The other game, 64 DK points with Jrue Holiday off the court. He's just someone I think we need to play on the slate, especially given the fact that the pricing is pretty soft elsewhere. Okay, so let's try to close out this build, give you guys that first look build like I always do, and then we'll be getting out of here. So I'm going to play Ivy. I think he is going to be a strong play given his price point. Should be someone that is, you're locking in 30 DK points plus with. And then how about that Charles Bassey call, guys? That was awesome. That really made the night easy 2 nights ago, or 3 nights ago now. He is someone I think we can go back to. Now, he was an easy play at 3.4. Now he's $400 priced more up. Okay. That makes him, you have to think about it. Okay. I thought it was just like an easy kind of lock and load play. That night, just given the price point, okay, given the minutes that have been there, given the production that's been there, now he'll probably be a little bit chalkier, okay, and the price is up to the point where he could not hit value. There's a potential that he does hurt you this game, but also this is a game that you do want to be targeting. Maybe this game becomes a blowout and he still gets those minutes. Like, we're not worried about that. So still, I think he's going to be a strong price point play, and he looked really good in that game as well, guys. So that's also a positive. Then my biggest struggle on the slate is ending up on the small forward position. I don't like any small forward, really. So honestly, guys, in the comment section, if you have a small forward play that you feel good about, let me know. Okay. Miles Bridges, been very inconsistent, really just had 1 big game recently. Gary Trent Jr., someone that you could play, but the minutes just haven't been there recently. That's a big worry. Grant Williams, sure, went off in his last game. I don't know. It's just like a dead price point. So for me, I kind of have been trying to rebuild at this price point range. Okay. Maybe you're playing Johnson, maybe you're playing OG, maybe you're playing Scotty Barnes. There's just a lack of confidence with the small forward spot on this slate. Maybe just try to fit Jaylen Brown going against OKC. Not too worried about that matchup. You could be locking in 35 to 40 DK points. Maybe that's the route that you go. Let's try to do that. Then who would we have to go down from? That's the question. Yeah, I don't love this. You could go, no, I don't really like this approach. There's a lot of Toronto value potentially, like Batten or Flynn. I guess you could play them for now. I like Enika Ogwonku, who, has played decently well against Milwaukee, 24 DK points in their last game. In 19 minutes, he played or got 16 DK points. He could be a strong 5x play for you. And then we just got to figure out where we would go down price point wise elsewhere. It's a weird slate. Okay, that's what I'm saying. It's just there's a lot of small pivots you can make on this slate. All right, thanks for watching, guys. If you want to become a 9to5 member and get access to the NBA DFS DraftKings lineup optimizer, that's available for 9to5 members for just $10 a month. That's the 9to5 membership. It is a golf membership with add-ons for NBA and NFL. Okay, I kind of just do that for you guys. I don't see the point in charging people extra for that. That is something that I want to do for you guys to give you access to those tools if you want it. So if you want it, check it out. If not, just give a like and subscribe. That helps me be able to put out more content for you guys. Let's have a good slate. And as always, let's keep cashing.